Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and this video is going to show you how you can create and sell an online course using Teachable. I will show you everything over the shoulder, step by step, click by click. So all you have to do is follow along with this tutorial, and you will be able to set up and sell your course using Teachable. If you do not yet have a Teachable account, all I ask is that you sign up for Teachable using the top link in the description. That is an affiliate link. It comes at no extra cost to you, and it just gives me a small kickback on each sale so that I can continue to make awesome videos like this. Now, the very first thing that we have to do is actually sign up to Teachable. To get access to Teachable, just click on the top link in the description of this video, and that is going to take you over to this page right here. So what you want to do is go to this box right here where it says enter your email, and then enter in the email that you would like to sign up for Teachable with. Once that is entered, we can click on sign up for free, and it's now going to take us over to this area where we can finish up creating our account. So we enter in the full name, and then you want to create and confirm the password that you would like to use for your Teachable account. Then we can agree to the terms and conditions and click on create account. Then we can tell Teachable a little bit more about ourselves. So it's just going to ask a few questions right here, like do you currently run an online business? Once you have answered all of those questions, we can click through to the next screen. And right here, it now asks us to choose a product. So within Teachable, we can create an online course. We can create a digital download. So if you are selling like an ebook or some templates, then you can sell that right here. We also have coaching, and we also have a community. Now, don't worry, if you select an online course, you can also set up a community later. The same for coaching, you can set up a community as well. But for now, we are just going to select online course. So we can select that and then click continue. And now we can create a course title. So my course is going to be on graphic design. So I'm going to call this the GeForce North graphic design course, just like that. Then we can write a description of this course and what our students will learn when they go through the course that we are creating. So you can fill something in right here. I would recommend making it a lot more detailed than mine is, but I'm just going to fill in something here as an example. Once you have created the title and the description, we can then click on continue. And we now want to add a thumbnail image. So the thumbnail image is super important as this is the first thing that people will see about our course. We want this to look beautiful. We want people to know what our course is about. And the best place to create this thumbnail is going to be on Canva. Now, if you don't have a Canva account, I will leave a link in the description of this video. And we want to sign up for Canva Pro so we get access to all of these. And now with that link in the description, you will be able to sign up for a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro. So make sure you do that, and then you can cancel after if you don't want to continue using Canva. But as we can see, the recommended size is 1024 by 576. So we can go up to create design in the top right corner of Canva, then custom size. And we want to set this to 1024. So we can go 1024 by 576. So we can go height 576 and then create new design. So now we have a blank Canva template. And the best part about Canva and why we use Canva over any other software is we can actually access templates. So if we go up to templates and we search for course right here, we can see we have all of these pre-made thumbnails for us where all we have to do is go in, change some of the text, and it makes it so much easier. So as my course is specifically on graphic design, I could even take this to the next level and say up here graphic design course. And as you can see, I now have all of these different thumbnails that I can use as a graphic design course. So I really like the look of this one. I'm just going to click on this. And as you can see, that's now going to populate in the template on my Canva page. So what I can now do is just go through and edit this. So I'm going to delete this logo right here. Then I can go to uploads on this left-hand side and upload my own images. So I can go upload file and upload my own logo and drag this in, then we can resize this to make this smaller. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can actually get a hold of this right here. Then we can drag this up, want it about there, perfect. Then I'm going to change this to say GeForce North. Then let's maybe align this in the center where it says graphic design right there. Then right here, I can actually go down and ungroup this and add my own website URL in right here. So I'm just going to say GeForceNorth.com. we could also delete this image right here. So I could just delete this, then go to uploads. And let's say that just as an example, I wanted to add this image. All I do is drag that over, pop it in there, and that image is now going to be there. Let's just go back to this. And then I'm also going to delete this discount. And perfect, I now have my thumbnail. So all I'm going to do is go up to share and download this. Then we can go back over to Teachable, upload this file, and simply drop this thumbnail in. Then I can upload. And beautiful, I now have my course thumbnail that I am going to use. So we can then go to continue in this bottom right corner. And now we want to set a price for our course. So we can choose between a one-time purchase, a payment plan, a subscription, if this is free or I don't know yet. So you want to go ahead and choose your pricing plan. I'm just going to set this to a one-time purchase. Then we can click continue. And we can now set the purchase price. So I'm going to price my course at $997. Then once again, I'm just going to tag the name as the GeForce North Graphic Design course. We can also add like a subtitle right here. And then we can add a detailed description as well. Once you have entered this, we can then scroll down and we can choose whether we want to allow people to use buy now, pay later plans. So essentially, do you want to allow people to finance your course? If you do, this is available for a 2.8% transaction fee, which means every time somebody uses this, you would get an extra 2.8% fee. But this is only going to come in when people buy and use one of these payment options. So I personally think that it's always a good idea just to turn this on right here, because as it says, you can increase your conversion rate by up to 30%, which is awesome. Then we can click on continue. And in here, we can now outline our course. So we have two options to do this. We can either start from scratch and create our own outline and all the different modules that are going to be in this course, or we can generate this with AI. So it really depends. If you already have kind of like an outline for your course and you know exactly what this is going to look like, then you can start from scratch. Or alternatively, we can generate this with AI. I'm going to go start from scratch and then we can click on finish. And in here, we can now start creating the curriculum for this course. Now, the way that this is split up is we have different sections and then we have individual lessons within these sections. So let's now start creating this. I'm going to go to this first section, click on these three dots, and then rename this. And let's call this Graphic Design Basics. Then we can click on Save. Then we can go to New Section, and let's call this one the Best Graphic Design Tools. Then Save. I'm just going to create a very basic course here. So let's go down and call this Graphic Design Advanced section. And then the final section is going to be on how to get graphic design clients. So as you can see, I now have all of the modules for my course. This is going to be a 4-module course, but you can really add as many modules as you like. So once we now have all of the modules that are loaded in here, we can now go ahead and start adding new lessons. So let's go for Graphic Design Basics and add a new lesson right here. As an example, let's just call this Lesson 1. Then we can save, add a new lesson, Lesson 2, and so on and so forth. You get the idea of how we add lessons here. So now we have 2 different lessons right here, but how do we actually add content? To add content, just click into the lesson. So lesson 1, I can click into this, and we can now start adding content to this lesson. Over on this right-hand side, these are all of the different things that we can add to this lesson. So we can add text and images, we can add videos, we can add PDFs, audios, embed media, we can add quizzes, we can add open-ended questions, and so on and so forth. So from here, let's click on text and images. And let's add an introduction to this lesson. So in here, as the course introduction, I just said, thank you for purchasing this graphic design course. Below is an introduction video. We can then click on save. And as you can see, that is now going to be added in right there. So what we also might want to do is if we want to rename the lesson now, we can just click on these 3 dots, rename lesson, and I'm just going to call this welcome. Then we can click on save. And this lesson has now been retitled to welcome. Now let's add some content and we can add a video as well. And then what I'm going to do is, because I haven't actually created a welcome video for this, but just as an example, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to upload one of my YouTube videos. So we can click on upload when you have the video that you want to add to this lesson. It's going to take a few seconds to fully upload and load in. So the video is now in here and it's just processing. But whilst it is doing that, we can go into the video settings right here. We can upload a thumbnail for this video if you want to. I wouldn't really recommend this too much. It's not going to make a huge difference to the quality of your course. And of course, if people have already paid for it, it's not like YouTube where you have to optimize for clicks. So you can do if you want. I think it takes a little bit too long to mess around with thumbnails. We can also choose subtitles, so you can upload your own file of subtitles or auto-generate. This is the one that I recommend. And then you can also choose to show a download link if you want to allow your students to download your video to their computer. I always just leave these as they are, but there are some options right there. And whilst this video is processing, let's take a look at a few other pieces of content that we can add. So we can add a quiz right here. We can basically go through and create like a questionnaire. So what is graphic design? We can put that in, and then answer 1 could be like creating YouTube content, creating graphics for clients, or like eating food. And then we would select the correct answer, which is of course this one. Then we can add more questions if we want to add them right there. But for now, let's just leave this as a 1-question quiz. We can then add this in, and the quiz is going to show up right there. But if you do want to add more content, we can add this right here. We also do have lesson settings, so we can choose whether we want to allow students to comment on these lessons. If we do, we can turn this on. And then the public preview right here, it makes a lesson viewable by anyone. So what this basically means is if somebody isn't in the course, they haven't purchased it yet, can they see all of the lessons and modules that make up the course? So if I had public preview on and I wasn't a student, I could come in here and I could see what the lesson is and what the lesson is about, but I couldn't click on this video. I wouldn't be able to see the quiz or anything like that. So we can turn this on or off. And once the lesson is created, we can actually click preview. And this is going to show from the student's perspective what this is going to look like. So we can see we have the course title, we have the information or the text that we added, we then have the video, the quiz, and then at the bottom here where our students can comment. On the left-hand side, this is once again what the students are going to see. So they will see all of the lessons right here, and then all of the modules shown at the top, and all of the lessons sorted into these different modules. So as you can see, when we are editing this, it looks very different to what the final thing looks like, and the final area looks a lot better. So once we are happy with this, we just close this down. And if you just want to save changes and you don't want to publish, all we have to do is go back. This lesson is going to save. As you can see, everything is there. And then when you have created your entire course and you want to put it live, then all we have to do is go through each of these lessons, make sure this is published, then we can publish the next one. And once all of this is published, they will be live and your students will be able to view them. So that's the main bulk of how we actually create a course over on Teachable. Now we can also go to this left-hand menu, and we do have a few other options here, like we have design templates. And just to show you, if I open up curriculum once again, we can basically choose right here between whether we want the colossal theme, which is what we see right now, or fantastic, that video looks like it's working now. We can choose between the colossal theme, which we saw earlier, which looks like this, looks a lot nicer in my opinion. Or we can go with the simple theme, which is going to look like this. I prefer colossal, but if you do want to change, then we can just click activate, and that's going to activate the simple theme. If you want to offer certificates for your course, then we can go down to certificates right here. You do need to upgrade to the Pro plan, which we will get into later. I will show you all of the different pricing settings. But you do need to upgrade to Teachable Pro if you want to access this. But in this area, this is where you can set up all of your certificates if you want to. Under the information tab, this is where we can change like the course title, the course description, the thumbnail for our course, and the author. So you can set that all up right there. We also have some course settings. So this is something that we need to set up as well. Essentially, on Teachable, not only will you be able to take your own audience and send them over to your course, but Teachable also has a marketplace where people who are looking for, in this example, graphic design courses, they could just go to Teachable, search for graphic design course, and my course might show up. To optimize this and give it a better chance, first of all, we can choose whether we want to turn this on or off, and whether we want our course to be available on that market page. I recommend this because, I mean, if you're going to get more sales, what's the point in not? Then we can choose categories. So this is basically tags to show what people should search for when we want our course to show up. So in here, we could search for like graphic design, and then we can add this right here. Then we might want to go for like design as well. We can also search like graphic design agency, like that. And you basically want to add tags that are relating to the course that you created. Once you have set that up, we can click on save right here, and that's going to save all of these changes. We can also change the price right here. So if we go into pricing, so for example, if we wanted to make the course a little bit more expensive, it's actually interesting how you do this, because you would think we just click into edit, go down here and edit the pricing. That's not what we do. As it says, you won't be able to edit this information. If you need to, create a new pricing plan and delete this one. So if I wanted to raise my prices to $1,250, we go add pricing plan, choose this once again, so we can go for a one-time payment, then set this to $1,249, for example. Then we can create the name again, add a subtitle and a description, then we can add pricing plan. And as you can see, that's going to pop in right there. So then we can just archive the old one and delete this. And this is the new pricing plan for my course. You can also set up multiple pricing plans as well. So let's say that we want a one-time purchase for $1,249, but people can also come in for a payment plan. We can set up monthly installments right here. So we can go in here and let's set this to 2 different monthly payments of, let's make this a little bit more expensive for going for the payment plan. So we can say 2 monthly installments of $700. Then once again, we can create the name, the description, add the payment plan, and that's going to be added right there. So now my customers have the option of buying this outright for $1,250 or paying a little bit more to spread this over 2 months for $700. Another very important thing that we have to set up within Teachable when we are selling a course is the sales pages. This is where you will be able to link people to purchase your course. And if we take a look at the sales page right now, we can see this is just full of basic information and has nothing to do with my course. I mean, it's a beautiful template, but we definitely need to go in and edit this. So to do this, just go to sales pages, then click on edit. And this is actually very easy to do. It is a drag and drop website builder. So for example, if I want to change this text in the middle, I just click on this, go to the heading text right here, and we can call this the G-Force North Graphic Design course. Just like that. Then we can go down to the subheading and title that right here. So we can enter whatever we want in here. We can add a subheading. And the easiest way to do this is honestly just leave these page blocks as they are. If you want, you can add different things in, like we can add buttons, we can add new images, we can add new videos. But honestly, I would recommend just sticking with this default layout and just clicking in and editing these different sections. So we can go to the banner right here. We can replace the background image. So we could upload this. Just as an example, I will use the thumbnail that I used before. So that is now on there. And now that we have that image, we could maybe even just delete this text right here. And then the only thing that we want is this button so that people can actually buy. So we just go down to the button action. We can set this to the checkout page. And then the button text, we want to set this to say buy now. Then this says buy now. If people click on this, they will be taken to the checkout page where they can purchase the course. Then from here, we would just go down, click into each of these texts. We can then go over here and edit what this text says. For the images or this section, we click in. We can then see image 1 right here. So we can open this up. We can change the image, add a heading, change the text. Then we would go back out, click on this once again, image 2, image 3, and so on. So that right there is how we can create the sales page. Once you are finished with this, just click on update. Then we can back out of this completely. And the next thing that we need to do is edit the checkout page as well. So we can click into edit. This is how the checkout page is currently going to look. And the way that we set this up is much simpler. So we can just add testimonials in right here. If we want to add testimonials, we can add different bullet points for what the course is about. And I think it's a good idea just to copy this example. So in this testimonials heading, we can just say, check out what others have to say. Then we can add testimonials. So you would upload a photo of the client. You can then enter their name and then type what they said for the testimonial. Then the bullet point heading, once again, we will copy this. So here are some of the perks. We can then add a bullet point. and then type this in. So learn how to sign your first graphic design client. And then if you have any guarantees for your course, you can add them in right here. Now, don't feel pressured to do this. You absolutely don't have to. But let's say you did want to offer like a 30-day money back guarantee. We can add this right here. And that is how that is going to show up. From here, once again, we can click on save. And we now have the checkout page set up. And then the final section that we have in here is the thank you page. But honestly, I wouldn't play around with this. If we just click on view, it's already pretty much perfect. It just says thank you for your purchase. Click the button below to get started with your course. And then once they have purchased, they can click on this button and be taken through to the course that we created earlier. Now, if you want to create coupons for your course, this is another thing that you have to upgrade to the Pro plan for. But you can come in here if you want to offer like a 20% discount, you can type in the discount. You can create a code that people would have to type in, and that is the coupons area. The upsell funnel is a little bit advanced. You can basically just go in and add like checkout order bumps, post-purchase offers. If you have like various courses, then you can add them in right here. And then down here, we just have comments. So you will be able to see any comments that your students left. We can then see all of the students that are currently enrolled. So their names, their email addresses, everything like that. And then the final thing that I want to show you over here on Teachable is the Teachable pricing and the different plans that you can get. So these are the pricing tiers right here. We have the free plan, which is of course free forever. Then we have the basic plan, which is $39 per month. The Pro, which is $119 per month. And the Pro Plus, which is $199 per month. So what I would recommend is everybody to start out with the free plan. But there is definitely some good reasons to upgrade to basic and Pro. I mean, the main one right here is with the free plan, you get a huge transaction fee. So every time somebody was to purchase your course, for example, my course right here is priced at $1,250. And this transaction fee right here, Teachable is going to take a 10% transaction fee on this. So they would be taking like $120 every single time I make a sale. So as soon as you get like 1 or 2 sales, it's definitely worth upgrading to the basic plan at least. You can see right here, it cuts in half to a 5% transaction fee. And then the Pro is a 0% transaction fee. So essentially, with my course being priced this high, it would actually be cheaper as long as I'm getting more than 1 sale per month to upgrade to Pro, because there's no transaction fee here. Aside from that though, there are some other benefits to upgrading. Like with the basic plan, we get access to the community, so we can create a community. We can get integrated email marketing inside of Teachable. We can connect up a custom domain. We get live group coaching. And the only other thing, aside from what you see right here, is if you click into certain areas, for example, coupons, you can see that we need to access at least the basic plan. So if you do want to use a certain area that is blocked off, just take a look at the plan that you need to upgrade to. So for example, with coupons, I could just go for basic right here. And that's how I would decide what plan I am going to be on. So that is my Teachable tutorial. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.